Hello everyone, and welcome to our game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays again, and I'm in the Shimakaze, at tier 10 Japanese destroyer. I'm on the map Mountain Range, and unfortunately it's a standard battle. So it's a tier 10 game with a few tier 8s in it. There is no carrier. There are 2 raiders, potentially 3. Well, actually there are 3 raiders. The Black, the Tallinn, and the Des Moines. There could be a 4th with the Minotaur. And yeah. So, for destroyers, we probably want to have our destroyers spread out a bit and scout everything. The thing is, I spawned here more towards the right, but those islands provide pretty good cover for, like, raider cruisers. And they might be able to sneak up on me here. The Des Moines is pretty spotted right now. So, I got one set of torps there, or it's the tier pits. I probably should have used more, but I want to, like, torpedo the smoke a little bit, I guess. And I don't know, maybe the Harugumo is going to turn away. Now I'm raided by the Des Moines, and the Des Moines is pushing further in. So far 5 ships are shooting at me, but not too many shells are coming my way. So let's... Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. So I'm gonna speed boost out of here. But I'm demonstrating pretty well what I said earlier, right? The right side here, those islands, they allow for radar cruisers to get relatively close, and that means you will have a problem scouting this area. Also, I mean, the cruisers can sit behind the islands and you can't see them. Yeah, I would have needed Harugumo to turn more left. There is a Jutland probably inside this smoke with a Hydro, so I assume those torps are spotted already anyway. And we've already lost a friendly destroyer, which is a shame. And yeah, exactly, the Jutland was in there. But you know, like the... Oh, I actually got torp... those were against tier bits. Yeah, I should have used more against the tier bits. I got a bit distracted there with... always popping up and the Des Moines. But you know, anyway, so there is a Black coming towards me. I'm spotted, and I'm going to engage here. I'm dropping a smoke. Now, I don't know if the Black has raid already. I was raided earlier, but I presume by the Des Moines. I'm not sure when the Black used its raider. Like, we've lost a friendly destroyer here that might have also been raided by the Black. And considering that I'm still not visible, I presume that Black's raider is on cooldown. But I mean, be that as it may, I'm running away anyway. I have smokes in behind me, so I can't even shoot and not get detected. And I think our Moskva is raidering that Black, which is very welcome. See, they're trying to blind shoot me in my smoke. Little do they know that I'm not actually inside a smoke screen. So, okay, the Udaloy got the Black. That's pretty nice. So, we've lost 2 destroyers. The enemy team has lost 1 destroyer, but so far, pretty even game. Interestingly enough, all enemy destroyers decided to go here towards the center. On the bright side, that makes my life a bit easier, because I wanna help spot those destroyers. I have pretty good concealment. But, you know, as I said, like, the right side is a bit problematic with the radar. The left side, well, I mean, they don't seem to have radar over there, so... left side would be a bit easier to spot, I guess. But for some reason, all destroyers are going to... I'm up here in the center. Now, the center is the somewhat safest place. Now, we have a Moskva here behind an island. So I guess maybe it's not that safe for the enemy. Now, Harugumo here seems to be smoking up. My torps are ready. I'm going to try to carpet torp like the smoke screen. Here, spreading them out a little bit. I expect the Harugumo to not necessarily stay exactly on this same position. He might be moving slightly. But you know, I've got a lot of torpedoes, right? Even if he's angled against me, there is at least a small chance that I'm going to get one into the nose. And, oh, he's actually leaving. Why is he leaving? I guess he didn't have targets to shoot at. Now that's a problem, because I don't have a smoke ready right now, and he's getting close enough to actually spot me. And, I mean, I do have more hit points, but Harugumo's gun power is no joke. But we have friendly ships shooting it, so I'm going to shoot it as well, right? I'm not going to drop into concealment here by running away, but if you just sink the Harugumo, then everything's fine. And yeah, I took quite a bit of beating there in a very short amount of time. Hey, maybe I can get... I can't get any shots in the Jutland. The Jutland's going behind an island. Now, on the bright side, it's still equal on ships, but I'm the only destroyer left by the friendlies. Like, there has been a pretty much a destroyer massacre so far. And all of them died in the F-line. I guess there is a joke in there somewhere. Press F to pay respect. Anyway. So, They have a Jutland and the Loyang remaining. The Loyang has some rather scary hydro. The Jutland has more like a self-defense hydro. But the more problematic issue is there is the Des Moines still on the right. There is a Tallinn somewhere there too. Probably. I still don't know if the Minotaur is smoke or radar. Now usually I expect Minotaurs to carry smoke. But Euro made a video recently about a Raider Minotaur, and whenever there is a popular video about the Raider Minotaur, the amount of Raider Minotaurs increases exponentially. So for the next 2 weeks I'm going to be a lot more wary of Minotaurs. Now, meanwhile, the enemy, like our team is rather passive, but it's a standard battle, so I guess that's fine. Oh, hello Chaplain. Well, let's try to torpedo this smoke, shall we? It's the only thing in range anyway. But as you can see, like I'm almost in radar range of the Tallinn, and that's the main reason I'm trying to be a bit careful there. But the Tallinn is sailing away, so I can go a little bit more aggressive. Also, keep in mind there's still a Des Moines behind this island. Now, I can use kinda my range circles. You see, like my gun range is 11.4. So we can see the Des Moines is about 11.4 if he is still on the last spotted position, right? But I can use those circles to make sure that I'm not getting too close to the Des Moines. And, well, it looks like Jutland is visible. Is he going to eat the torp? Probably not. That's a shame. Beating like a boss there. But, you know, maybe we can just shoot a bit. I have my smoke ready. I can disappear after this Jutland is gone if I need to. And there we go. Okay. So there might be torpedoes coming my way, so I should really turn and like angle against the possibility. Or just get far enough away that torpedoes would run out. But anyway, I mean, what do... Actually, yeah, I'm sailing a little bit too confident here because I don't know... Oh no, wait, the torpedoes are on the other side, okay. But whenever you've dealt like with a destroyer, you gotta keep in mind that they might still have torpedoes in the water. Now here's the thing. I don't really, I'm not really confident torpedoing towards the Des Moines, because our Thunder Ray is moving in, and I have no idea what our Thunder Ray is going to do. If I like torp like this and the Thunder Ray pushes in full speed or something like that, I would risk torping the Thunderer, and I don't want it. Now, not sure how the Thunderer is going to handle this. If I were this Thunderer, I would be going here on the right side of the island, because if he stays on the left side, he faces a lot of potential opposition. If he can go around here, he might even be able to like farm the broadside Soyuz, and then afterwards push around here, farm the Des Moines, or just be in cover behind this island, because, well, I mean, the Loyang is on the left side, so the Thunderer is pretty safe if he isn't. I'm not sure why he's pushing here around the left flank. It puts him like in danger of like the whole enemy team. Instead of he goes to the other side, he's one-on-one-ing the Soyuz basically with potential Des Moines appearance. But be that as it may, as I said, I can't really torp safely in this direction because I could risk the Thunderer, so I'm going towards the left side. Also, there are like 3 battleships around here, and I like to torp myself some battleship. Also, the last remaining destroyer is on this side, and if I can help spot this guy, I'm going to be very useful. It's also something to consider, like as a destroyer, like where is the enemy destroyer, and can you help dealing with them? Now, I can't torp this low health Thunderer because he's behind this island, but the other Thunderer is a possibility. The thing is, you know, he's kinda sailing away, and I only have 12-kilometer range, so if he manages to get far enough while the torps are on the way, he would sail outside of the range. But now I'm rather confident. If you can see here, my torp range extends to like a bit behind this island. I don't think he's going to reverse that much. There's also the Minotaur coming in. Now, I don't actually know if it's a smoke, I think. But if he's like deciding to smoke up here, then he might also be in the torpedo's path. So, no, it's always nice if your torpedoes can hit multiple targets. The downside is, there is a very high chance that Minotaur is going to pop Hydro. Now, we know it's a smoke Minotaur right now. But if he's sitting there inside a smoke screen, he might just be popping Hydro. And then he would be one of the torpedoes, and then the Thunderer would be one of the torpedoes, and that would be kind of sad. Now, meanwhile, it looks like we've lost the Thunder actually on the right side, so... I mean, when I last saw the Thunder, it was pretty healthy. He get like in a broadside duel and lost or something, I don't know. And I found some Minotaur torps. So the thing is, I'm currently tracking the Loyang, right? And the Thunderer is a... yeah, okay. There's a Loyang. I was saying, like, I knew that the Loyang was pretty close because it was closer than the Thunderer. So I decided it's time to hunt down this Destroyer. Now, if he has a Smoke Hydro combo, this might be a little bit problematic. But I do have a large fleet here behind me, so hopefully we can get this guy before... yeah, there is a smoke, but it's way too late. Okay, so the Loyang has been dealt with. Now, the Des Moines and the Soyuz here, they won recently the right flank. And they might very well be coming for our camp. So torpedoes are dodged. Hopefully my team behind me is doing the same. And now I got a decision to make. I can stay here in the, well, offensive part here, or I can go back and defend. We don't really have any defenders right now. Thing is, there is still a radar here, and there is the smoke screen. I can't charging into the smoke screen. For all I know, a Minotaur with Hydro is sitting there, so I'll just get close and get devastated. Or I can do anything. I mean, I have torps ready, so might as well just, you know, hop through here. Not exactly sure where the other ships are going, but I feel like the best plan here is just to go back home. Okay, so we just briefly saw the Tallinn. There is a radar. It's unfortunate. But Tallinn radar isn't that long. And the Minotaur is sailing behind this island, so at least the Minotaur can't shoot me. I dodged some Tallinn shells there. Not all of them. Okay. So I'm safe again. It looks like the enemy is all moving rather aggressively anyway. But yeah, I've decided my best bet here is to go home and defend. Now we have the Vladivostok and the Ohio also kinda going home there on a direct route. Well, the Vladivostok might be, but the Ohio is on very low health. So I think the Ohio is just trying to stay alive for now and maybe position itself so that it can shoot anything that gets spotted in our camp. Also, I mean, we will see. But, you know, if you're on very low health, makes sense for the Ohio to be a bit more passive. I'm not sure if he still has a heal. He might be waiting for heal to come up. Otherwise, well, we have a small points lead, but that won't really matter, probably, because I don't think it's going to stay as it is and go to, like, I'm just going to run out. And if the enemy sails into our cap, they're going to contest it, and then the enemy will overtake us in points. So, I found this Soyuz. He didn't go directly into our cap, it looks like, but... So I've got one launcher, and now I'm waiting a little bit to see if he makes any changes. I mean, he must have seen the Vladivostok by now. He knows he's spotted here. But it doesn't look like he makes any other plans. I mean, currently he is very well angled, and it wouldn't make any sense for him to turn full broadside, but I thought I'd give him a little bit of time to see if he makes any unexpected movements. Now, torping nose on isn't that great, but I have 3 launchers, so maybe I get 1 or 2 torps into him. And Shima torps do hurt quite a bit. So there is that. Yep, there is 1. Now, also with the delay, maybe I can get a flooding that sticks. But with the delay between the salvos, but we will see. Meanwhile, I know that there is a Des Moines in there. And... oh, there is a Des Moines. And the Des Moines could radar me right now. Which would be rather awkward, wouldn't it? Because I'm on very low health. And the Des Moines radar is quite long, so... I mean, he's not radaring, which tells me one of 2 things. He's out of radar charges, or his radar is on cooldown. Or, I don't know, he forgot he has radar. I guess that's also an option. But I find the first 2 explanations more likely. So... I'm not sure if anyone has shots at the Des Moines, which means I'm gonna use the guns here myself. But I waited basically until I could shoot and then immediately go into concealment, because, as I said, I'm on very low health. And I can't really afford to take that in front of a Des Moines. So, there is still no radar. I mean, right now the radar would be pointless because nobody can shoot me, but sometimes people do that, so... Honestly, I'm currently tending towards he is out of radar charges. I mean, the game has been gone for a long time, right? And we had a lot of destroyers. And I'm not... I mean, I was raided once by this Des Moines early on, but I'm not sure how often he used radar there on the right flank. He could have also used it to keep the Thunderer spotted and things like that, so it's not an unrealistic thing to expect. And he didn't have any reason to not raid earlier, right? And again, did he know that Destroyer was detecting him? I think so, because I don't think the Vladivostok had vision it. But you know, anyway, like, we don't know, but for me the best assumption right now is he doesn't have a radar charge left. Now, I still have to be careful that I'm not getting detected. As you see my detection circle here at the last position of the Des Moines. This is going to be at tight. It's going to be tight, let's put it like this, yeah. But I reacquired some Des Moines spotting, and oh crap. Okay, so he did have radar left. That's a shame. That is a shame. But you know the Ohio is coming, right? So our low health Ohio, even though he is low health, he has realized that, you know, we gotta defend our camp, and he is moving in there. Meanwhile, this is looking pretty good ship-wise for us. And for some reason the Des Moines is not shooting me, but focusing on the Ohio. Not the Iowa is shooting me. Nothing I can do about that, but the Des Moines is the bigger problem, because, you know, radar. So Des Moines dealt with, immediately going to slow down and smoke. And I've one torp launch ready to go. Go for the Iowa. Now the Iowa goes full broadside. I would have expected him to change his course a little bit, but it kind of more nose in towards me. And again, I mean, he's giving push by Vladivostok, so he's angling against the Vladivostok. Makes sense. Unfortunately, I think I didn't give enough lead for those torps. But, you know, it's 5 against 2, it's 1 minute 40 remaining. I think we got this. I risk the prediction that we're going to win this at this point. So anyway, I'm just here in my smoke shooting. I mean, the guns aren't pointing at me, so I don't really have to move. If somebody's trying to blind shoot you, it makes sense that you move around in your smoke to make it harder for them to pinpoint where you are. But if somebody isn't even trying to shoot you, then you can just sit completely still. Also, there are no torps that could be coming my way. And well, we got a nice toasty fire. I got some torps ready. Now, the reason I didn't launch the full white line is I kind of wanted the torps to run into the island after they pass the Iowa, so that they don't go further into the unknown. I mean, it's highly unlikely that the Sumo could get close enough and take one, but it's one of those things that I sometimes think about, you know, that if my torps pass by the intended target and don't have another one, that they just don't keep going the merry way there. But anyway. You could argue there was a slight risk to the Vladivostok, but I didn't think the Vladivostok was fast enough to sail into them. But, you know, at this point it's 20 seconds left, and then it's just a win. So, you know. Well, that brings us to the result. So this was, I guess, a relatively close one. In the end, we had, what, 4 more ships or so than they did. But, you know, it was in the last few minutes that the game got decided. And I found it a quite interesting one. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.